and today we're going to talk about responsibility. Okay, so I want you to think and tell me with your own words what responsibility is. And especially, I wanted to talk mainly about personal responsibility. What definition would you give to this word or this concept? Personal responsibility. Okay, take a moment and think. Okay, Margot, go ahead.
It's responsibility if is make have meaning when you can do something, and you can't ask even if you need to do it or not. You just know you can do it.
Mhm. Okay, very
Yeah,
good.
it's like part of your rights, as I
Oh,
know.
okay. Thank you. Okay, Andri.
Responsibility is for me. It is like when you say something, when you promise something, and you do it through the difficulties.
Okay, very interesting. Okay, so well, okay, we have Sophia. Sophia, hello.
Yeah, hi. I'm a little bit late. I just came home.
No problem. We have just started and we answered the first question. I don't know if you think you can also add some comments
Yes.
about what.
I think that personal responsibilities, like when a person is responsible for something, for example, when you are like an adult, so at age of 18, you're responsible for your life and stuff.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Okay, so actually, I have a short definition for responsibility. Okay, so when you have a sense of personal responsibility, it means you are willing to accept and live by society's established standards of individual behavior. So generally, that's what you said. That's when you behave and you promise, you know that it's correct and you behave that way, right? Okay, very good. But I want you to analyze actually the word responsibility as we will be using this word. So I want you to help me to find um, the parts of speech of the words that are created from the word responsibility, right? Okay, so please check which one would be noun, verb, adjective, and adverb. Go one by one. Andri?
Uh, res- Noun is response.
Response. Response. Okay. Margot, another one, please.
Verb is respond.
Respond. Okay. Okay, Sophia, another one.
Adjective is responsible. Oh, sorry, responsibly.
Responsible. Okay. We have responsibility
Yeah.
and responsible.
Responsibly, it's adverb, I guess.
Okay, responsibly is a adverb. Very good. And Margot, responsibility. What do you think responsibility is?
Responsibility, I think it's adjective.
Adjective.
No.
Personal responsibility.
It's a
I
noun.
suppose noun. Yeah.
Noun, right? We use personal
Oh, sorry.
adjective, yeah. And responsibility is like the fact, the process, right? Okay, or the activity of being responsible, right? Okay, what prepositions do you use? Do you think we would use with the word responsible? For example, when you say, I am responsible, right? To, for, of, about, or in. You can choose some of them, even, not only one preposition. What prepositions do you think would be okay to use, Sophia?
Probably I'm responsible about.
About. Okay. Let's see, Andrei, what do you think?
About or for.
Or for. Okay. And Margot? Margot?
Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. Sorry. To respond.
To responsible to?
No, Marco said to respond.
Okay, that would be to create a verb, but after the word responsible. What prepositions we can use? For, about, or any of the other three? Margot, can you put your microphone again?
One moment. Now I need to think. Um, r- Responsible for, maybe.
For. Okay, so we go again to the one more top. Okay, yes, actually, the most common to use is responsible for. This is the correct preposition. Okay, but we also sometimes use, not very often, the preposition to. So that's correct to say my responsibility for something. I'm responsible for something. Or we can say responsible to, but then we will just use a little bit different meaning and way of using. And usually it will be a person after the verb to. Okay. So first of all, remember that the stem is responsive, right? It goes until b, right? Or response stem. And so as we got already the definition, so we might find in the dictionary a little bit more explanation about what it is. So we have several points. First, having control or authority, it can be. So when you are, let's say, in charge in the office or at school, so you have some authority doing something, right? Maybe controlling some staff and activities. Yeah. Sophia, you have a question?
Yes, could you explain another time about responsible to?
Yes. We'll go with, yes, we are on the way. Yes, so to understand also the way of using, so we were talking about behavior or actions, right? So you are being accountable for one's actions. Yes, so if you have done something, so you must pay for that. You must be answering why you have made that action or decision, right? Especially when it is wrong. And also chargeable with being the author or cause of action of something. So also kind of being the guilty one for doing something, in this case, probably bad, right? And well, if we say responsibility, so this is like this kind of a position or process of being responsible, right? Okay, so let's see the difference between for and to. Okay, so first of all, you need to remember that responsible will be used only plus noun, plus preposition for, or plus to. Okay, let's see examples. First of all, why for? Because it belongs to the range of words that always will have preposition for. So for always will follow list of many words. So this is just a short list of some examples. And the responsible is part of this list, like thankful for, responsible for, ready for, right? These are the most useful, or let's say used words, right? That you already know. Okay, and let's see the difference. So what is the difference between to be responsible for and to be responsible to? Okay, so let's read the first example. Andrei, could you help me with the first? I am. Can you read it, please?
Yeah, sure. I'm responsible for washing the dishes. Means that washing the dishes is your job.
Okay, so usually, as you notice, it will be a verb after for, verb plus ing, always. Okay, I'm responsible for wash will not be correct. For washing, and usually it's just an activity or something you're responsible for, doing something. Okay, so the doing job, right? Kind of. chores or responsibilities at home. Okay, next example, Sophia, can you help me with this one? I'm responsible.
Yeah. I'm responsible to Tracy. My supervisor means that I work for Tracy and report directly to her.
Okay, so I'm responsible too. So you kind of use a person after the verb, after the preposition to refer that she's authority. You do the job and she's controlling, checking, right? So responsible to, always use plus a person. I'm responsible to the department chairman. Okay, and so on, right? So is it clear? Any questions?
What is chairman?
Chairman is like a boss.
Okay, thank you.
It's a synonym for the word boss. Yeah, department chairman. So will be in you if you are in the company. So there are different departments. It can be logistics, it can be marketing, it can be department of advertisings, and they have chairmans, like kind of coordinators, like bosses of each part of the company. Okay.
It is someone who's sitting on the chair and controls people.
Yeah, that actually comes from that meaning, right? Somebody who's sitting at the chair in the beautiful room, right? And is authority. Very good. All right. So, but what is the process? It was very interesting how you actually included many words, how actually we understand what is responsibility. So believe it or not, but you can also find in the whole complete process of responsibility these kind of states. So we always, when we are responsible of something, there is a part of obligation that we know that we must do. So doing what you should or have to instead of what you want. So when you feel like I have the responsibility for something, so it means you already have this kind of in your state obligation, right? Okay, so giving up to avoid the pain. Also, we have the responsibility to quit some things. Yes, so sometimes that's why when we want something, we must quit. Okay. Also, we have the word shame because we always try, if we're responsible for something, we do something, and we try to avoid shame, right? So it lays on blaming onto oneself, which is often felt as a guilt. Right? If you don't do it, so I will be feeling guilty. Let's say if I see beggars on the street, right? Generally, we say, well, this is not my responsibility to give money to beggars, right? Those people who are asking for money. But we feel that shame of not doing something, guilt, if we know that we could, right? If I have spam coins or money, right? We feel this obligation. We quit our things. So instead of I buying a candy, I give money, right? Also, the word justify, part of the process of the responsibility. Yeah. So sometimes when we do or don't do something, we use excuses for things being the way they are, right? And also, well, laying blame is part of it, or denial, right? Ignoring the existence of something. So if we have this we know that it kind of responsibility, but sometimes we find excuse in order to deny doing something. Yeah, even if we know that we could. All right. So just to help you understand a little bit of what responsibility process is. And I want you to think of your responsibilities. Okay, so we talk about responsibility. How much responsibility does your family give you? Okay, so remember of different, or the whole process of things that you sometimes you don't want to do, but it's a responsibility, right? Part of your life. What responsibilities do you have? Who would like to be first? Okay, take your time. Okay, Andrei?
My responsibilities in my family are go to school, gain a good marks in school, being a good son, listen my parents, etc.
Listen to your parents.
Yeah,
Parents.
parents.
Parents. Margot?
Yeah. You mean responsibility of that my family gives me? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Just I don't know, really.
For example,
You,
like kind of any kind of chores that you do at home. Is there anything you're responsible for?
yeah, yeah. Like, I can cook with my mother. Sometimes my mother asks me to help her, or um, I'm asking if my mother needs help or father any work I can do. So doesn't matter what work it is, I can do it if they teach me.
Okay. For
I'm
example,
vacuuming my house every evening.
okay, so this is more specific, is vacuuming,
Yes.
right? Okay, very good. Sophia?
I don't have actually any responsibilities, but I mean, I can't think of any because, for example, going to school is a responsibility that was given not by my parents but by government actually. Then being a good daughter, I don't have such a responsibility actually, so I just want to be in. And so then what? I don't know. Having good marks also not my responsibility. And so
Okay. That would be like student's responsibility, right? So you have a responsibility as a student, academic life, right? But for example, you might have responsibilities, but you even do not um, realize that they are responsibilities. I don't know, but for example, when you finish your lunch or dinner, do you just leave your plate or you wash after yourself?
no, but
No,
oh yeah, I know one of my responsibilities. It is um, putting my things like I don't know into place or like where
Mhm.
they were, something like that.
Okay.
And yeah,
Keep everything organized, right? At least in your
yes.
rooms. Yeah. Okay. Andri, you wanted to add something?
yeah, I wanted to add that I'm washing my plate after I finished my dish.
Okay. Yes. So you might have some certain responsibilities, always washing, doing dishes after you eat, or even maybe washing all the dishes, right? So somebody responsible for doing dishes, for
Actually, this responsibility is our dishwasher responsibilities.
Okay, well, that is a new era. That is a good idea. Okay. All right, but also collecting maybe. If we do not wash it already, so then we collect, or you leave it. Well, dishwasher doesn't come to the table to get your plate, right? So at least you need to bring it and put it inside, right? So that is also kind of a process of,
No, I don't do it.
no, you don't do it. Okay, maybe you can start considering doing it, right? It would be a small help. Okay, well, let's look at some examples. But before that, we're going to see different responsibilities. And we will be talking about responsibilities of people of different ages. But I would like you to try to use them and compare like people, young people, elder people, teenagers. So I would like you to use the phrases that show similarities or differences. Okay, so for example, you can use at the beginning when you start the comment about similarity, you can use the word both. But whenever you use the word both and include two subjects like children and adults, so you would say both children and adults are responsible for, yeah, okay. Or we say like adults or like adults It would be British pronunciation, right? We use comma. If it is written form, then we say children are responsible for. So in this case, they have the same responsibilities. That's what we refer to, yeah? But we also might use other transitions, we call them, or connectors, similarly, in the same way, likewise, and in comparison. We will always use them at the beginning of a new sentence, but before this sentence, we need to be sure that we introduce what responsibility we talk about. So, for example, adults are responsible for doing some chores at home. Yes, so they do some chores at home. Similarly, adolescents may help with the small activities such as doing dishes, vacuuming, right? So we can add a similarity, just adding the word similarly. Who else does the same thing? Yeah. Okay, the same we can use in the same way, likewise in comparison. The one thing is that anytime we use this, we can actually emphasize the similarity. We can add the word also. So even though it sounds similarly, adolescents can also help, right? So you will emphasize the similarity twice. So this is also possible, okay? But one thing that I would like to emphasize, the word in comparison can introduce not only similarity, but also the difference, okay? So only the word in comparison can be used for both similarities and differences, okay? I don't know if you want to take a maybe screenshot or a picture of the use of these words, so you can practice using them a little bit. And we have the next activity, next question, okay? You have it? Okay, so let me change my slide. And I want you to look at this chart, okay? I have only 3 activities. Behaving well in public, doing chores at home, yes, and handling money, right? That's managing money, being able to buy things, yeah, having money and use them. Okay, so the question is, at what age do you think someone becomes responsible for his or her actions? Explain. So these are 3 actions that I want you to compare and help us to see some similarities or maybe differences. Okay, I think Margot was first. Margot, go ahead.
Okay, I think behaving well in public is continuous from when child becoming like only speak or and even walking. He need to know how to behaving in public near the other people, not only near family. Um, Doing chores. What is it chores? Can you please explain it?
There's activities that you do at home. Chores will be doing dishes, doing laundry, vacuuming,
Okay.
anything around your house, housework. Yeah.
I think 10 years old. About, yeah, because in 5 years old, children are only studying how to do this. They can't do it well, actually. And in 10 years, they know how to do it, and they're became master of works, maybe of cleaning dishes, I don't know, for example. But about 10 years old, they know what they do and they know what they want, actually. And handing money, how it means how to spend money, yeah.
Use money.
I think people need to know it at 5 years old. Now people really really young people know how to spend them and how hard it comes to us. So I think at 5 years old people need to know, not to expand by their own, but need to know. So
Okay, thank you. Sophia?
Okay, so I agree with Marco on the second, sorry, on the first point. So behaving well behaving well in public, so people can behave well in public at 5 years old. It's not hard, I think. And doing chores depends on what chores, but from 10-year-old, I think they can do everything. Maybe a bit also in teenage, and handling money.
Let's for example, how would you use when you show the similarity, the teenagers using the similarity connector?
Right.
You are
So
comparing teenagers with 10-year-old child, yeah, or children.
okay. So likewise, 10-year-old child can yeah. So likewise,
You
10-year-old
cannot use
child.
likewise if you do not have first the idea. So the point is
Okay.
that you first
So
introduce what is happening, and then likewise, 10-year-old child, and you add
okay.
uh-huh.
So teens can do some chores at home, and likewise, 10-year-old children can do this.
Okay, so teenagers usually are responsible for doing chores at home. Yeah, at least some. Likewise, 10-year-old child can also start learning how to be responsible at home. Yeah. So that
Yeah, and
a comparison, you would add a complete idea. Mm-hmm. Or,
about yes.
or simply with one sentence, you can say both teenagers and even 10-year-old children can be responsible for doing chores.
Okay.
So usually,
So
sorry, Sophia, go ahead.
it's okay, and also teens. No, I think yes. So adults can handle their money, and teens also can do this.
In the same way, teens can start learning how to manage money because they are closer to the adulthood, right?
Wait, but while learning, they can spend money over there.
Okay, so if you need to buy a computer, do you think they can handle money buying computer?
Well, they don't need it.
If they need a computer for school,
No, they don't.
they don't buy by themselves, right? So maybe they can handle money
I mean,
buying things for themselves, but not for the house. Let's say if I need to do
yes.
laundry, does your mom give you money and say, Sophia, go and buy laundry because our old laundry doesn't work. So you're going to be fine.
No, I mean, yes, for themselves, of course, not for like buying a vacuum cleaner or table. No.
Or even do your parents leave you for a month and give you money and you must pay electricity, water, like all
No, but yeah, it's not for me actually because it's like I have a whole family, so it doesn't like I mean for example electricity my adults pay my parents pay for a whole family, not only for themselves. So
yeah, that's why they are responsible for the whole house and you don't do it. And they do not leave you for a 1 month and say, okay, just remember here the money and you must pay all the stuff we pay every month. So you will not be responsible for that, right? But you may start learning managing money when you got like say 100 hryvnias and you know that okay, I need 10 hryvnias for I don't know how the prices for maybe
wait, but I don't know, for me then like with the 100 hryvnias 10-year-old child can easily uh manage. I mean
really.
yes, of course. I when I was 10, I had much more than 100 hryvnias. Not talking about now.
And you smarted smartly or you
When I was younger, no, but when I was 10, yes, quite normal like now.
okay, so well in this case I would say you receive money but you're not responsible for that money, you just spend it the way you want it, but you
No, wait. I mean that firstly, I don't receive it just from my parents, like pocket money, and another that I didn't. So when I was like 6 or 7, I don't know, something like that, I didn't spend it like normally. But when I was 10, I spent it like now, and I believe it's um not too. So I think that I spend them quite right.
Okay, right or smartly. All right. Okay, let's listen to Andri. Thank you, Sofia. Andri.
Okay, behaving well is starting from 5 years old, and doing chores is starting from 10 years old, because it is age when a child starting is is starting to be responsible for something. And about handling money. Both teenagers and adults can handle money, but some of teenagers can have bad habits like smoking or drinking alcohol, and um, because of that, I think adults are more responsible in that in
Situation.
yeah, in that situation. But anyway, teenagers can spend money properly,
Yes, because they already can make a
make
decision.
a decisions.
And they become more independent, right? When they are teenagers. Okay, Margot would like to add something. Margot, go
Yeah,
ahead.
to Andres, she said about alcohol, about smoking. Actually, teenagers don't have such much money to spend. For example, 100 hryvnias per week, and it's not too much. So they can't spend too much on their alcohol or other things if they will not study economy. Yeah, they can like put from one week another week, and it don't eat, for example, chips for a week, or crisps, or don't drink cola, or that's alcohol, as Andrew mentioned. But they're studying economy like that, and the worst thing when children or teenagers buying alcohol is that they buy cheap alcohol. Not really
Yeah.
nice.
Did
Yeah,
you?
because they don't have so much money to
Uh-huh.
buy really nice drinks, not to like to drink carefully, and they don't drink carefully sometimes. So I think that such things must be taught by parents.
Taught by parents exactly how to do it. But do you mean you have the subject that is called economy?
Actually, we are studying it on geography and sometimes in mathematics, so
Okay.
in school.
All
So
right.
not like subject economy. My mom studied me sometimes, but not really like in university, like
Yeah,
to
that would be
like economy money or something like that. She has
exactly.
two high degrees of economists, so that is why.
Bachelor degrees. Yeah? Or you mean master degree?
Master degree. Yeah.
Master degree. Okay. Sophia, we have 1 minute for your comment.
Yes. Okay. So Andrew said that teenagers might have this bad habits, and adults have them, but I don't agree. More like, I mean, a lot of adults actually have them, but they usually started in their teenage, and because they like, okay, let's don't talk about this.
But those adults who actually have these habits, by the end of the month, they are like, what am I going to do? I don't have money. So they don't spend their money smartly. So even adults sometimes they are responsible for handling money, but they don't know how to, right? But they are because they are gaining money, right? And the way they spend, so obviously not smartly if they get into that problem. Okay, guys, very good ideas. Thank you very much. Okay, for coming. I hope you're all fine and wish you to have the very good the rest of the day. See you next Monday. Bye-bye.
Okay.
See you.
Yeah.
Bye. Have a nice
Bye
day.
bye, everyone.